chosen ones, empaths. I know that early on in the journey, when you first break up with a narcissist, it's so painful. Like coming to terms with losing someone that you believed, and yes, the word is believed, to be your soulmate, your other half, your companion. Coming to terms with that, and it's like you're in a place where you don't even want anyone else. It's like you just want to try and get through to them. You just want them to see what you're saying. And you relentlessly try to get them on the same wavelength, try and make them understand. And it's some of the most painful times we'll endure. Trying to make them see what we're saying, you know, it's, what's that saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. Honestly, it really feels that way when you're expressing yourself so from the bottom of your heart, from the purest place in your body, from your heart. You're expressing yourself, and it's falling on deaf ears. You're getting silent treatment, just total disregard from this person who at one point love bombed you to the fullest extent, like where they made you feel like you were the best thing in their life, right? But the thing is that you have to understand is when we're relentlessly pursuing them and we're trying to reach out and we're trying to reconcile, is the best way I can describe it. They know what we're saying. They fully comprehend everything from our point of view. They're not idiots. They know what we're saying is true. They know it. But they pretend like they don't understand, or that our words aren't worth anything. So they give us the silent treatment, or disregard us, or cut us off, and put us through these painful experiences. And, you know, we go through the pain, the sleepless nights, not eating, we're losing weight, crazy torment in our minds because, you know, we were fully plugged into this person. Like, a lot of us lost ourselves. That's something we can collectively agree on. We lost ourselves in this relationship. And after coming out of the relationship, and then you're left alone for a period of time, it can feel rather lonely. It can feel rather lonely because you were so, what's the word? You were so like consumed by this relationship. You didn't realize how much it was consuming you. It was consuming all your energy. It was consuming all your time, your thought process. Some of us were walking on eggshells. Even though I've made it clear that the narcissist walks on eggshells around us until they go for the discard, because they're pretending to be something they're not. We're also walking on eggshells. We're second-guessing things we do. We're second-guessing people we speak to. We're second-guessing things we tell them, like, because we know it might have a backlash. And we're put through this vicious, abusive cycle. But you will see at one point how this breakup with the narcissist does work in your favor. I promise you that. You will see it. And this is more aimed at, well, it's not aimed at, because to be honest with you, some people can be years out of a relationship and they've still not fully healed. And it took me some time to fully heal because I was like so invested in this person. You know, I really thought, with all the future faking and all of that, I really thought this was the person who I'm going to spend my life with. And a lot of you felt that way too. So it's a brutal blow when finally you come to terms with you're not going to spend time with that person. But it's what led us to start researching and understanding about narcissism and stuff like that. So this is our awakening. And as I said to you many times before, our lowest point in existence was the best time in the relationship. And I'll rephrase that again, right? Our lowest time in existence was the best time in the relationship because we were so asleep to the abuse. We were so asleep to the abuse. So those times when you used to enjoy going out for dinner dates or whatever you lot used to do to spend time together and enjoy each other's company, that was your lowest point in existence because you were so asleep. And believe you me, the universe, God was watching you in that state saying, nah, I'm not going to let this person, they're going to awaken, you know, and the awakening is harsh. The awakening is not sunshine and rainbows. That's why after the relationship ends and we're discarded or we cut them off because they're too abusive, we find ourselves in such a painful position. But I promise you that with that struggle, with that striving, it turns and transitions into something beautiful. We honestly find our footing. And what I mean by finding your footing is you find your way. You realize that so much time and energy was consumed by this person. So much of it was consumed by this person that you realize you have a lot more time on your hands. You have a lot more time to think. You have a lot more time to actually regulate your emotions better. And I know you're going through the painful experience, but honestly, if you give it some time, you will start to see the sunshine through the hurricane. And what I mean by that is everything in your life might be upside down. You know, maybe you could have possibly lost your job. You could have possibly be going through other things in life. You might have problems with your children. I don't mean they're being bad, naughty or whatever, but I mean they might have some health problems, or you might have some health problems. You might be facing all of this kind of grief and you're fighting this battle alone. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help me, brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But you'll be fighting this battle alone, right? And the narcissist is nowhere to be seen. The narcissist is off, maybe with a new supply. And you're catching glimpses of it. We shouldn't be looking, but I've been there, I've looked, I've seen things I didn't want to see at the time, but I'm glad I saw them now. So you will hit a point when you actually realize, you know what, I don't need to look at this, you know. But what you've got to understand is you're going through a season of solitude. God is putting you through a season of solitude. And I know you might have your kids around and you might have so-called friends around and stuff like that, but you might still feel very alone because you haven't got your significant other in your life that you once had. So you're fighting these battles alone. You know, you might be applying for jobs, getting rejections from jobs, different things like that. You might be, you know, trying to seek some healthcare and you're not getting the answers from the doctors or whatever it is. But I'm telling you that with all of this, like, craziness that's going on in your life, craziness isn't the right word, but with all of this turmoil, like, that's going on in your life, you know, you're actually being put through a season of rebirth and regeneration. Like, through all of the pain that you're going through, this is why I said you will see the sunshine through the hurricane. As it's raining outside now, the weather's really bad outside. You will start to see the blessings in your life and things will start to come together. But you've got to understand that you're put through this alone time for you to rebirth and regenerate, for you to evolve, spiritually evolve, develop in all aspects of your life, because these lot consume so much of our time and energy. Literally, they consumed it. They were just leeches, leeching off us. These dusty weirdos were just leeching off our energy. And we're highly intuitive beings of light, us empaths and chosen ones, right? We're very special, and I'm not being narcissistic here, but I'm trying to say we do have stuff within our soul, spirit, mind, body that other creatures or other humans don't have, that we have. And that's why we hurt so much. That's why we hurt so much from dealing with the breakup and stuff like that, because we believe that this person was on the same wavelength as us. We believe this person was our divine counterpart. We believe this person was someone who thought like us, who acted like us. And then when we faced the reality of the situation, they wasn't that. But what I'm saying is, this period of time from whenever you break up onwards, right? And the healing journey, I believe, lasts forever, because, and I'm not trying to scare you here by saying that. I'm not trying to scare you at all. But what I'm trying to say is because you was a victim of abuse, right? Just like if someone was physically abused, they may not get over that for some time. They may have some PTSD. They may have some sort of problems they need to sort out because they've gone through a traumatic experience, right? It's the same for going through narcissistic abuse, right? But it puts us back to square one, right? And I'm not scaring you by saying we're not going back to square one. We're a long, how can I describe this? We're a long way in the journey, right? But what I'm saying is we're going back to fresh basics, where we're going to start rebuilding ourselves for ourselves, not for the fake relationship, this counterfeit soulmate. We're not building with some counterfeit. We're building for ourselves. And if we stay strong and avoid lust and avoid temptation from other narcissists that will circulate around you, because I'm telling you, if you're going through the pain and you start telling someone else about your pain, and this person turns out to be a narcissist, and then you're there confiding in them, telling them about your previous ex, they're going to know all the buttons to press, like, to how to mess up your life too. And it can be a lot worse in the second scenario compared to your first narcissist, right? Because this person will know all of the buttons to press. They'll know all of your boundaries. They'll know all of the boundaries to push over. They'll know all of your insecurities and stuff like that. So just be careful about who you inform, especially if it's of the opposite sex, and or if it's a partner. That's what I mean, like a romantic partner. Especially if it's a romantic partner, like, be careful of telling them too much about your ex, because they'll know what to do. You know what I'm saying? We've got, through this, we'll have enough discernment to figure out what people are really about, you know. But I'm telling you, I've gone off track in this video, but I want you to understand that you will become a new version of yourself. You will have the innocence of who you were before the relationship. You'll have all the purity of who you was before the relationship. That will all come back into fruition. But you'll have this newfound spirit where you're able to see through the BS from people. You'll recognize qualities in close associates and family members, friends, whatever you want to call them, where they're just as toxic as well as your ex. And you'll recognize these qualities in them. And you'll realize that you're in this battle alone. But God puts you through this battle alone. And he gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, right? And not everyone deals with narcissistic abuse. This is what I'm trying to say. So when we're trying to speak to friends about this, or people who don't understand, they're like, oh, you had a breakup, man. Get over it. You had a breakup. Like, they don't understand the severity of the situation. They don't understand how much pain it causes. But with that pain actually becomes so much, with that pain becomes so much like transitioning into a newfound spirit, into this new version of yourself that is able to see through the faults of others, is able to see everything with such detail, like eye for detail. You're able to just pick up on these traits. You're able to, and this is why I would advise spending some time alone, enjoying this season of solitude. Don't be out there just on the dating apps, dating apps and things like that, just trying to fix your mind. Like, because I'm telling you, like, majority of those people on them dating apps is toxic anyway, right? Not all, I wouldn't say all, because all is a bad word to say, but a lot of these people on the dating apps and things like that are toxic. They don't have the same essence that you have within your soul, and it's like us settling. But if you want to go for a period of time alone, and then when you say you do want to venture out in the future and you do want to go on a dating app, you're going to be in such a better mind state where, like, you're actually, instead of just clicking that like button hoping to get anyone, you're actually like selecting who you would like. And then even if you do match with someone, you'll be like, let me work this person out. I want to check what's beneath the hood. I want to check what's beneath the, and what I mean by beneath the hood is I want to check what's beneath the mind. You want to know the inner dimensions of their mind. You want to know what they're about. You know what I'm saying? And this will all come naturally with you, because you'll be this new enhanced version who's ready to see through the crap that these people try to spew out. You know, you just see through it, and you'll cut people off. Like, you'll meet people and you'll cut people off. You'll be the one who's doing the cutting off now. You'll just be cutting off before you get in too deep with these people. And that's why I'll say, be careful before you're intimate with people. Be very careful before you're intimate. The main thing you want to focus on, especially, is a bonding relationship, is like a friendship. You want to find someone who's, you know, anyone you can just go have sex with and stuff like that. But I'm trying to say, you want to find someone who you bond with, who's really got that nature to them, that good nature to them, who's probably an empath, who's maybe probably gone through the same abuse that you've gone through in another way. And you can bond over this stuff, and it's out there. It's out there. We just have to search for it, you know? And, like, come to terms, maybe I should have said this earlier, but you need to come to terms with that this person who was in your life was put in your life to show you that there's better things out there. They were put in your life to make you realize that you did at one point think this was good. We all thought this person was good, and they pulled the wool over our eyes. And we need to get over the fact of not wanting them back. And that will happen naturally as well. You will spend a period of time through this isolation period where you wish for them back, or you remember good things that they used to do. But at the same time, these lot are going through remembering the good things that you used to do. They're also going through the pain of realizing they haven't got an empath in their life anymore. These new supplies that they've run into don't equate to us. I've made so many videos on that topic. These new supplies don't equate to what we have, and the narcissist knows this. So if you can understand and internalize and understand that the narcissist is going through torment by not being with you, it gives you a bit of closure that you need, because you understand that the narcissist is suffering without you. But I promise you that you will become such a stronger person. Version 2.0, you will become a new version, but you'll have the innocence that you did have. You'll have the purity that you did have before. It will come back. I don't know how long it will take. We all heal at different rates, right? But the healing, this is what I tried to say to you, the healing is forever. You know, you've been an abuse victim. You have to take this seriously. You've been an abuse victim, and by going through an abusive situation, you know, you're going to have triggers, you're going to have things that you need to work on, and you're going to, you know, you will get back to yourself. I'm not denying that. You will get back to yourself and more, but you're going to still have that underlying pain that will get resolved. you know, it will get resolved, but you're going to still have that underlying thing, which is like a safety net. It keeps you cautious. It keeps you wary of other people. And it's something that we do need in this world. We need this discernment that we have, because so many people are fake snakes and just, you know what I'm saying, they're out for their own gain. But just I promise you that you will see the sunshine through this hurricane, and you will get stronger with time. Just give it time. Don't be too quick to rush into things. Just take your time, and I promise you things will work out for the best. I've taken my time before rushing out with someone new. I've made some little mistakes straight afterwards, but I realized they wasn't what was good for me. These people weren't what was good for me. They were kind of toxic as well. Some of them was very toxic, and I nearly found myself getting trapped in another situation, and that's what we was trapped in this situation with a narcissist. So feel liberated with your freedom, feel liberated with being released from them, because it's actually God or the universe that's actually cut you away from them. You have to understand that first and foremost. Back to when I said early on in the video, when I said to you, your lowest point was the best time in your relationship. God was keeping a watchful eye on you at that time, and he said, I'm going to make this person figure out what's really going on. I'm not going to leave them in this situation forever. Because, to be honest with you, some narcissists will stay with you for the rest of their lives. But we were not, we had certain resilience within us. We didn't take the BS from them. We might have tolerated some of it, but they saw something in us that they needed to try and break. They tried to break our spirit, and this is why I talk about you will find your spirit again, your soul. You will become one with yourself again after this crazy relationship that you was in, you know. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got a secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.